That the devil is really trying to fuck with my mojo. You know what I'm saying? You can always tell when a breakthrough is about to come, cause anytime you in line for your breakthrough, the devil be trying it. Now y'all should be enjoying Black Ink Crew Chicago right now. It's stuck in processing. It's uploaded to YouTube, but it's stuck there in processing. Hopefully, by me doing this review and uploading it up there, it may push it through. If not, I gotta delete it, re-upload, and all that shit. But just know that I'm working today. I'm working on it. So I don't know why it hasn't processed out. Normally it'd be got like that. But anyway, we ain't gonna worry about that, honey. We ain't gonna worry about that. What we gonna worry about today is getting in this Greenleaf episode 11 and 12. Okay, last week was changing season. This week is house rules, honey. And that episode, changing season, started off with Sophie and Zora didn't make that cotillion. They normally do, but they didn't get in this time, and Lady May is kind of baffled because see she sent the email in way before the deadline with the paperwork for the girls to be there because that's a tradition. All the Greenleaf girls have been a part of it, okay? So she not understanding exactly what went on. However, there's also an article that Darius released that day discussing what happened between Gigi and Uncle Creepy Mac. Made the headlines. Child had the picture of him when he was Man of the Year, making it look like this Jake Grace just killed this Man of the Year. This awesome, um, socially accepted, pillar of the community type of person. Not mentioning that he's a creepy ass pedophile. But anyway, okay. Now in Grace's mind, she's thinking that the reason why these girls ain't getting into this cotillion is because of me. I'm the reason why the girls didn't get in. Lady May say she gonna talk to this lady named Jacinta Butler and see what can be done. Because she submitted that paperwork beforehand, so she don't know why they wasn't accepted. Okay. Now she had Marisol tell her, Marisol, come over here and let me holler at you, girl. I need you to go upstairs, look in that closet, up in that closet, and bring me that box. And be very careful in how you handle that box. Okay. Marisol asked, "What's in the box?" She said, "A gun." I said, "Okay." She took that to add to Jacinta's collection because apparently she had some type of gallery, okay? So she went there and took that to her, and then it segued into the conversation about Zora and Sophia not being accepted into the cotillion. And Jacinta tell her, "Well, I don't remember seeing any paperwork from you. However, you can check with Tasha Skanks because see she's over reviewing the applications that come in." And I at that time was thinking, now come on, Tasha, I know your husband ain't shit, but I kind of like you a little bit, girl. I know you ain't messing with the kids because you know the skanks got it out for the Greenleafs, okay? Now, there's this meeting of the pastors that occur every month in this city. And they alternate churches to which they have this meeting. And this particular month, it happens to be occurring at Pastor Skank's church, Triumph, okay? He gonna host the meeting. Now it's all about the betterment of the churches, and Lady May was encouraging Bishop to go down there because he wasn't originally too keen on going now, especially since that article came out about Gigi and Uncle Creeper Mac. But she told him, man, you can't run from situations. The best way to deal with a situation is to deal with it head on. So he went on down there. Now at the meeting, Jacob telling them that he's starting this new church called the Real Church of Memphis, and I said, okay. And according to him, this ministry is going to be uh, reaching out for the downtrodden and the homeless. Okay, that's what it's geared toward. But everybody welcome. Okay. I say good agenda, but are you being led by God to do this, or is this your desire to prove something to your daddy, the bishop? See, that's my concern. Now, this other pastor tells of this story of the 16-year-old who attempted to commit suicide by carbon monoxide poisoning because he gay, and the church, much less his family, was going to be supportive and accepting of that. The young teen felt God didn't love him because he gay. Now, at the onset of this conversation, all the pastors seemed to be, attentive to what the pastor was saying, right? Until they heard the word gay, and then you saw them lose interest, like being gay is a decision that one makes. Churches need to stop that. If you attend church You come in there to be spiritually fed, not condemned for something that you have no control over. I don't understand that. There's so many sins. Homosexuality is no different than lying, stealing, fornicating. No sin greater than the next. So we not even supposed to be judging, because when we judge, we sinning then too. Yet we do it every day. Okay. So why stop these people from coming in and getting their souls refreshed and redeemed by the Lord? Because you got a problem with what they doing inside their bedroom, which in that actuality ain't none of our business. Okay. The only person that asked about that boy condition and was Gigi. And we found out that he brain damaged, and they not certain if he'll ever be the same again. Skanks acted like he was sympathetic to the situation. He also suggested that it was a demonic spirit at the same time, and I was like, so y'all honestly still running around here thinking that a person has a demonic spirit on them to make them feel like they're attracted to the same sex? It's some twisted thinking in that church house. I'm telling you. But he also said as church leaders, it's their job to be more to do more. And it sounded good, but see, he old slick mouth scoundrel, so I don't believe nothing he say. But Gigi did. Later on, she even go see him, and they talk about combating homophobia in the church. Gigi, you better than me. You better listen to your daddy, the bishop. Skanks ain't to be trusted, honey. Even though what he's saying is sounding like it's a wonderful thing that the church should be involved in, trying to be more accepting of other people who don't subscribe to the same shit they do sexually. That ain't got nothing to do. Child, that ain't why he here. He picking this agenda up for a reason. You got to be careful with someone like Skanks. Child, now let's stay on the gay thing. Carlton come by to see Charity, okay? Because she called him. See, the choir ain't been progressing as it once was since he left. And he showed up there, and you could tell that he had a genuine love for the people in the church. However, the way he was done was wrong. He was fired for no other reason than the fact that he's gay, and the fact that him and his husband got married, and it was on Facebook. That is why he got fired. It wasn't because he slacked in his duties on that job. And he upset with Charity because she never picked up the phone to even to call him to see how he doing, because they were supposed to be good Judas, remember? But when her mama fired him, she did say something, but in my opinion, she didn't say enough. She didn't put up enough fight for this man, considering that's supposed to be your good Judy. But she trying to feed him that I was busy thing. Now, girl, I be busy a lot too. But at least you can send the boy a text message. I might not be able to sit there on the phone or feel up to sitting on no phone jaw jacking with people I talk to, but I will text back with you. I'll let you know I'm okay and find out if you're okay. Some days I just don't feel up to having no extra conversation because I've already dealt with so much by the day's end. I don't want to do that shit. But you can't tell this boy that you got so busy you couldn't even send a text message. You had time enough to chase Jabari. Hell, and you divorcing that what? Okay, because you found out your husband gay. If anybody you should have ran to talk to about the situation would have been your friend Carlton. He probably could have helped you in that way to understand more of what Kevin was going through. She tells him about miscarrying the girl twin, and he confident to her as a friend despite how she neglected him, and I like that. Now, Carissa, while your mind is diverted elsewhere, your daughter got Isaiah, Mr. Light Bright ain't right, coming through Zora one day, and he done convinced her to have sex with him. Now, I'm glad it was protected sex, but it was still sex. And girl, what are you doing? What you doing, baby? Now, girl, I knew this little light bright ain't he can't get right was gonna be corrupting this girl's spirit, but it's because she hadn't asked. You see, I was that age too, and I knew that what I was doing probably wasn't what I should be doing, but it was what I was fitting to do, and that's what I did. Later on, she was Sophia, and she telling her about her and Isaiah and did, and Sophia was like, "Girl, why you still fooling with him?" She was judging, and I don't blame her because that's her cousin, and she here see her headed down this wrong road. This boy has already been abusive to you. Then he likes to monopolize all your time, but when he ain't got time for you, you gotta sit there and wait. That ain't how a relationship go. He abusive, girl. She gonna tell her, don't be just because granddaddy dipped you in a tub of water, don't act like you better than me. And Sophia was like, all right then, all right. She calmed it down, but then she wanted to have questions in her head, like, did he like it? And to prove that she's too young for this shit, she didn't even know if it was good, and she don't know if she enjoyed it because she ain't got nothing to put that up against. And plus, her brain can't process what she really enjoyed, plus what she didn't enjoy. She don't know. You know, you're not. You may be physically built to have sex, but mentally, sex is a lot of mental shit, especially for females. At 16, you ain't ready. I wasn't ready, even though I was out there doing it, and I proved to myself that I wasn't ready later on when I had to revisit that time period in my life to get some help adjusting to things I had done to myself during that period. So you got to be careful. But Sophia, don't be interested in that, because later on you going to ask your boyfriend if he ever did it and he said no, and ask you why, and you say you just curious. Girl, don't get that boy to thinking about you like that. You and him got a nice wholesome relationship. Leave it like that. Get the curiosity out your mind. You just got saved, and the devil will be after you real quick to make you fall for the flesh, because the flesh is weak. That's what they say. Now, Lady Mae went to see Tasha. She went off on her, saying that she did something at the app for her granddaughters and that she did it early. She feels Tasha doing it because of her issues that her husband has with her family. She reads her and then storms out, only to return with a copy from email she had retrieved from her own computer, where she sent the application. However, she had to have her face cracked real good because Tasha found out you sent it to the wrong. You did send it, girl. You did that. I don't know who got it because it wasn't us. Because see, we.org, not .com. Once she was able to crack Lady Mae's face, she found her strength. She gonna tell her, look, I told you since how you came in here harassing me and treating me, and you can just best believe you won't be featured on another Southern Lady magazine. So Lady Mae gotta figure out how to get back into Jacinta's good graces. I said, girl, Now let's go back, cause see Rochelle Cross, aka Latoya Lucky, she was up in the bishop office. She was feeding the man pineapple upside down cake. I said, and he was in heaven, child. Lady Mae came in to tell him about what was going on with Tasha Skanks, and saw Rochelle there. And the way, you know, it looked like she was just way too comfortable with that woman's husband. Girl, at the end of the day, this is a bishop, a married bishop. You need to sit your ass down on the other side of that table, and you don't need to feed him nothing because he's not handicapped. You give him a piece of this damn a pineapple upside down cake, let him eat it by himself. Bishop, bring it down, because you about to fall into a slope that I don't want to see you fall on. I'm already suspicious of Rochelle because I think she been sunk by somebody. If it ain't Skank, somebody sunk her. But everything ain't adding up with her. Lady Mae wasn't feeling it, and she was kind of rude to her. But she did mention something about Jacinta Butler, and old girl told her, "Oh, Jacinta, I maybe if you having issues, maybe I can help you with it, cause girl, I'm best friends with her." Lady Mae told her, "Nah, that's all right, girl. That's all right. You know, I just, you know, I was trying to get my granddaughters into the cotillion. Okay, she wasn't feeling this pretty young woman's all cozy with her husband." And I said, But now she done messed up with Jacinta, so she gonna need Rochelle to come to dinner. So she tell, after she had acted fool, later on she realized she needed Rochelle. She told Bishop to invite that girl on over him. Okay? Now, Lady Mae, Bishop, Jacob, and Carissa, as well as Rochelle, are now all sitting at the dinner table, Gigi there as well. And they talking about homophobia in the church. And before we proceed, Rochelle shared that she had a bout with breast cancer a couple of years ago, and at that time she was at this pastor named Pastor Kensington church, and she felt like he nor the congregation was very supportive to her in her time of need, and that's why she's looking for a new church home. Lady Mae over there trying to play nice and stuff because see she needs some information from this girl very soon. She telling her girl, don't worry, well here at Calvary we believe in our sick and shut in. Some of these people see my husband more than I do. Okay. Now back to the skanks in relation to the homophobia in the church, and strategies to handle it or whatnot. Rochelle say she went to Skank's church before, but she didn't really receive him well. It was something about him. Well, Gigi didn't have no problem with him on the homosexuality stances. However, Carissa's thing, she ain't here for him, and she started to have a conversation that Jacob shut down because he don't want her running her damn mouth. Then they move on. Lady Mae said it was no reason in having this long conversation about that because it's been done before. They know how to handle homosexuals in the church. Look how they did Kevin. And Jacob and Carissa was like, well, we didn't even know he was gay at first. And at this point, Jacob realized we talking all our personal business in front of company. Maybe we need to have this conversation on the next day, on another time. But see, Rochelle say, "Child, y'all keep talking. I like this. I like family. You know what I'm saying?" I said, "Child, Gigi want to show Cabaret's acceptance to homosexualities. Okay, uh, Carissa, he took that stuff to your room. Now, Gigi wanted to do show that thing, show Cabaret's acceptance to homosexuality, but Carissa, with her hateful ass, can't just put the shut to the up. Okay, she talking about it's a sin. Girl, shut up. It is a sin if that's what you want to say. It's a sin to be jealous, honey. It's a sin for you to have that jealousy because you really want to be Lady May. You're jealous about that. It's a sin to be a bald headed man looking disrespectful in the neck of our ass mammy, but that's what you is, girl. So, if your husband asks you not to say nothing, then you need to keep your mouth closed on all subjects. Lady May told you season 1 that sometimes, now on some of this episode, I was here for Carissa. Some of it I wasn't, and in this moment I wasn't here for her because you always trying to dig at Gigi like you after Lady May told her that her strength lied in her silence in season 1, this woman still been running her mouth. Anyway, after dinner, Lady May wanted to speak to Rochelle alone. She apologizing again for inserting her foot in her mouth earlier that day, being kind of rude. She said I was upset, but it wasn't you. So I was trying to get my kids into this cotillion, and all the girls have been in it, but for some reason, I sent it to the wrong email, and now Jacinta's very angry with me. She said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm real good with Jacinta. Give me a chance. Let me see what I can do. I'll talk to her for you and see what we can get done for the girls." I totally understand, and Lady May was happy about this shit. Okay, the next day, she decides to tell Gigi, "Girl, it wasn't your fault." Now, what I felt like was you should have told that down to the table at the at the dinner table the day before, because Carissa was trying to say it was because of Gigi and her situation with Mac is the reason why the girls weren't accepted. When you know that you sent it to the wrong email, and then the way you said it to Gigi was, oh, "Okay, this time you ain't do nothing, but you usually the fuck up." Child, told her that she sent that paper wrong, work in wrong with the wrong email address on there, and she said she should have said that. Yeah, I said that she should have. She said, but Rochelle's supposed to speak to Jacinta on my behalf, and if she did her thing, then they gonna wind up being in there at the end of the show. Charity is singing this song for Jabbar, and afterwards she's saying it was great. He's saying it was great, and she was super excited and wound up kissing him in his face, child. I'm talking about all up on the mouth, and he didn't seem to be too into it, but we shall see. Now let's slide on into this past Wednesday episode. That would be 12. We start off with Skanks and his congregation giving a word about being accepting of homosexual people in the church. Now Darius in the background recording and writing a story up for this here. He called out the hypocrisy in the church, how we don't see one sin as being just as equal as the next sin. He said homosexuality is a sin, and if he said if some homosexuality is a sin, it's no bigger than any other sin. When you go down there and you leave church today and you go down there and get that shellfish, that's a sin. Some of y'all woke up and came to church this morning from your boyfriend or girlfriend house, so see, that's a sin too. He called for tolerance and acceptance, and he later had an interview with Darius, and he went further into that and actually called out Bishop Greenleaf and his church for how they accept homosexuality in their church, and they also talk with Carlton too. Okay. Now, like I told y'all earlier, he a slick talker, but he spoke the truth, and he right. We are all sinners in some form or another. So nobody's exempt and should not be looked upon. Period. Looked down upon. Period. We all fall short of the glory each and every day. Now, child. Later on, Gigi go to tell Bishop that she was going through some of Kevin's stuff because she gonna take up the director of outreach ministries, right? She don't want to be on that platform right now. She don't think the congregation ready for her, following her having to cut Mac down to his veins on his neck a couple episodes ago. Okay. Now, as she was looking through his stuff, she found some pamphlets of these groups that, to pray the gay away and how they was taking that epithet serve and all that shit. I was like, Lord, and Bishop, you could tell he bothered by that, but see, he come up in a time and an age where the phobia was real for homosexuality. So he tell her basically, girl, I'm gonna have to pray on it. I'm gonna have to pray on how we gonna deal with this particular situation. And Gigi hoping that he do, but I'm quite sure he gonna figure out a way to make this thing right. Okay. Now the article comes out, and Bishop and Lady May ain't here for it, because once again, Skanks is naming Calvary and the Greenleafs, okay? And not once did Darius bother to call and get any kind of information or comment from a bishop. He even talked to Carlton, but no one gave the Greenleafs an opportunity. So they're not really feeling his ass, okay? Gigi says she gonna ask Darius about this. Meanwhile, Bishop goes to see Skanks because he tired of him running his mouth about him and his family. And when he get there, he see this big burly, long sharky man that was already in there telling him about, boy, you owe us money, so you need to make it right. But of course, when Bishop get there, he gonna make that seem like it ain't nothing. He gonna tell him I'll holler back at you later. Old boy was like, you sure is, because our business ain't done. Now, Bishop took that in, but he also told him, look, your judgment day coming. You need to leave me and my family out of whatever you got going on. You say what you want to handle however the situations is the way you want to, but leave me and my children and me and my family about it. And he left them. Lady May and Jacinta met up, and she invited her to be a part of her Women's Day event because of how she helped the girls get into the cotillion. And Jacinta was basically saying, child, I'm real bogged down with business. She said, all you have to do is just show up and be, honored. That's all. So she said, okay. She said, Rochelle had told me that she know you. And Lady May was like, well, how you know her, honey? Oh, she do my finances. That old that girl a ton of thank you, child. She's a whiz with that. She said, yeah. She told me how it was. She said, how you know her? She said, oh, because she's thinking about becoming a member over here at Calvary. She said, oh, I felt it was just a shame what happened with her at her other church. And just something was like, she told you. So Lady May really don't know, but she gonna play like she know just to make this woman spill tea, and that's what she did. We find out that apparently Pastor Kensington or a deacon of that church had a relationship with Rochelle. It was found out by the congregation, and they pretty much ousted her out the church. And Lady May got all that tea. Child, and Rochelle say, I mean, Jacinta said, please don't tell her I told you, because she don't think I know. She said, girl, your secret's safe with me. Now, Rochelle, she called, but then she ended up going by the bishop's office, right? They talking about Pastor Skank's interview and things like that, in his YouTube video, or whatever, and his tolerance and his stance on homosexuality. And you could tell that her view seems to match Bishop's. She said after reading that and seeing that, it made her decision even easier, and that's what she came to tell him. He said, what you come to tell me, girl? He said, I decided to make Calvary my home. I want to join Calvary. I said, oh, Lord. What really touched my nerve in that scene, he told her, don't call him Bishop, call him James. Child, you really trying to get hurt, huh? I done told you your wife practiced voodoo down in the basement. You better leave that woman alone. You and Rochelle be right here going through 50 years of confusion. Well, you ain't got 50 more years, but Rochelle, girl. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know what's good with Darius and Gigi, and I don't understand Charity and Jabari, because you got Jabari then gave Charity this little recording device, whereas when she decides she done got a spirit or a word from the Lord, she can record it right then and send it to him. She took it as, oh, you don't want me to come to Memphis anymore. He said, that ain't what I said. He said, I just told you that this is the instrument that will help you do it if you got to do it right quick. But it ain't like that. And he wound up inviting her to dinner. And she didn't have no babysitter because Marisol was busy. But Gigi wind up telling them, you know what, I got some plans, but I could push my plans back a couple of hours to allow you to be able to go do that. And that's what she did, which pissed Darius off because he feel like Gigi ain't giving him enough of her, when in actuality, you ain't giving her no real on about you either. Child, they Charity go out to dinner with this man. They had a little dinner. She driving back to the hotel room, thinking there's something else gonna come outside of him just being cordial with her. She want another a moment with her lips next to his, and he ain't do that. He gave her one to the face and got out the car. So she struck out that night. Now back over at the Greenleaf plantation, Gigi and Darius is babysitting little baby Nathan, and he in his feelings. He feel like she ain't giving him enough of her. She asked him one question. Did you interview Carlton for the interview? Yes. Well, why didn't you tell? I mean, why you didn't give my daddy an opportunity to make a comment on it? Well, you the one set the rules and the boundaries for this relationship. He said, "Look, Gigi, I don't know. We should keep this up because you put little to no effort into us, and then one minute, then in the next minute, I feel like you're interested. So maybe we should just leave this alone right here." And he get up and fucking leave. I was like, I leave his ass because there's something about him that just don't sit right with me. I feel like he wants something, and I don't know what it is. I feel like he's stringing her along, and he gonna do something to her or her family. Now I could be wrong, but that's what he giving me right now. Charity come home, child, her and damn Gigi comparing notes on how they struck out the night before. Child, I hollered. That was funny to me. But it's good to see them in a better place, okay? Later on that night, Gigi sleeping. Darius called her ready to talk now. He out on the front steps of her parents' home. He gonna tell her, cause she told him when they was having a discussion when they were babysitting, you don't tell me nothing about yourself either. I don't even know why you don't like to go to church, and I'm a pastor. That's something I would probably need to know. So now he's called her and woke her up in the middle of the night. He want to tell her, look, me and my wife, I was married once. Me and my wife went out to dinner one night. On the way home, we wound up getting T-bone, and she passed away. I went to the church for comfort, and they told me don't question the Lord, and I ain't still put back inside of one as a parishioner again. Of course, hearing that warms her heart because he's sharing with her. So she said, "Is this the last time I'm gonna see you?" And he said, "Is it?" And she wrapped her arms around him, and started kissing him. She right back where he. It's like he manipulates her. I don't like that. Now let's go over to Jacob and Carissa's house because they trying to fix fuses again. Child, they having a blackout. It's been determined that the house does need rewiring, but they tapped out. Her salary covers bills and food, not renovating this house. She frustrated because her whole stance is God. His whole stance is God will provide. She said, "Look, it's some money in that go help me fund," and he telling her, "No, that's for the ministry." So then she suggests to him, "Won't you get a job then?" Lady May and Bishop decide they would reach out to Carissa and Jacob because they want to come through and find out what it was that Carissa was ready to spill over at the dinner table at their house, on why Jacob and Skanks parted ways. Because he ready to, he want to talk to him. Plus, he want to show him that he respect him. So they dine at the dinner table, and Bishop telling him about the various jobs that he had while he was building his ministry, trying to, in a way, go along with what Carissa saying, go get you a job so that you could take care of your family. Then he brought up Skanks. And Carissa was ready to talk, but Jacob told her no and told his father, look, it was my word as a minister that I was going to keep his secret, and until he do something to me, I'm going to keep his secret. Bishop couldn't do nothing but respect that, so they complete dinner, and on their way out, Carissa is sitting over there telling Lady May about the situation with the lighting, and Jacob tell her, didn't I tell you now? No. So the parents, they understand it for what it is. We ain't gonna push no harder than this here right here. So they leave. When they leave, he get her the business. Let me tell you something. When we stayed in their house and you used to treat me like shit, I had to accept that because I was creeping. Now I'm in the house. We passed that. We out that house. Me and you supposed to be working this out. I'm being the man that you want me to be. But see, you're not willing to give me time. Or my footsteps is being ordered by the Lord. So how about you just wait? And in the meantime, in between time, instead of putting your nose all up in this business right here, how about you focus on your daughter because she needs you? And the reason why he said that because he came home and called Zora with Isaiah in that room, and Isaiah was trying to talk her into having sex with him, and he came in there and found him in there and told him, look, when I'm home and you can come over here, you leave that door open. But if you can't respect the wishes of my house, don't come back no more and put him out of there. Now later on, Zora and Sophia are en route to an event for this cotillion mess that they in, and Isaiah and Zora just texting each other back and forth. And Sophia remind her, girl, you ain't better take that phone up in there, right? Because it was annoying. It was just back to back texting with each other. So she has to put the phone away once she gets to the event. And when she makes it home later that evening and call him, he got a whole damn attitude. Told yourself it's all about him. Long as she moving when he want her to move, it's all good, honey. Final scene was Carissa going to tell Lady May and Bishop why she and Jacob disassociated themselves with Skanks about him using the church's funds for gambling purposes and all of that. And she's begging them, do not tell Jacob because if you do, he will never forgive me. And Lady May and Bishop gave their word. And we went out. Baby, this shit finna heat up. Next week we're gonna find out who gonna give him all the more black eyes and busted lips and shit. That's gonna be good. But that was it, y'all. Hopefully Black Ink Crew will process out and I can get it out to y'all because it's already recorded and sitting up. But that's it. That's all. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you guys back for the next video. Period. Peace.